going to be another movie review. This one's called Here Come the Tigers.